Good evening to one and all. Lovely gathering here. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. MP Singh Sir, Vice Principal Dr. Dhale Sir, all the deans, respected deans of Priyadarshini College of Engineering, Nagpur, all the respected HODs, faculty members, and dear students. I offer a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Industry Institute Interaction Cell. To the audience which has been firstly joined, just I want to tell them that we have just has been inaugurated the Empower series under Industry Institute Interaction Cell in PC. The main goal of this is to bring to have a platform for the industry speaker as well as to a student and to a faculty, wherein industry speakers will share their knowledge that they have gained by working in the corporate industry to our student and faculty, so that whatever the latest trend, whatever the latest technologies, those are trending in the industry, our student and faculty will have a introduction of that. And this is the principal motto behind this Empower series. And we are been very happy and fortunate today that we have a very high profile person with us. We are honored to have Sachin here. Sachin Ghorpade is a principal architect with Microsoft. He possesses 18 plus years of IT industry experience. He is Nagpur University alumnus and currently lives in USA with his family. During his past 18 years, he has worked on many sectors like manufacturing, consulting, services, architecture, product management, etc. His core skills are SAP Basis, Azure, infrastructure, and program management. He is a certified enterprise architect and operating system database migration technologist from SAP. He also earned the Microsoft certifications of Azure Solution Architect Expert and Azure for SAP workloads specialty. And apart from this, Sachin is a coach, Sachin is a mentor, he is an author, and he is active technical blogger and have delivered many conferences internationally on various IT subjects. He is customer obsessed and believes in teamwork. He loves helping the technical community and has many white papers published. His belief is growing together. So we are very honored to have you really, Sachin, and we are delighted to have on our platform. So it is our great, immense pleasure to have with us, and session is now handed over to you. Please.
Welcome everyone. Thank you so much, Nilesh sir and Singh sir. I really appreciate you are giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge, experience, even failure, challenges with such a fantastic community. And I'm really feeling thrilled because I was once a student and I'm still a student. Every day I'm learning, and I can't express thank you enough that how happy I am to share this information with the students. So we have about 90 minutes of time. I would encourage all my students here to get engaged, get participated. I know that the speaking button is mute for you, but I would encourage to participate on the chat window. I will have a mini exercise for you if it is okay. So that I would be asking a few questions. I would love to hear your thought process. You don't need to really burn a lot of your CPU memory of your CPU of your brain. Just think that whatever comes in your mind and share with that. All right. So let's get started. All right. So in this session, we will start with my personal experience. I will share how did my personal experiences so far, how is my professional experience, how is my educational background during the 18 years of my career, what are the experiences from the different area I learned, what are the challenges I faced, and I also had failures like any other human. So I would be also talking about that. Then let's define the success, and let's define the success for you as a student. What does the success look like to you? What is your definition? And if you have any succession plan, what would that be? So let's drill down on that piece for a bit. Let's also create some goal, right? You cannot really have just a successful planning without having to have a goal. So let's see that what are those goals? How do you really plan for your goals? What do you want to consider in your goal? How you should be tracking your goal? And once your success is defined, you have the goal for your success. Let's plan now for career planning. Let's define what exactly the career is for you and how do you really plan for it. We'll also talk about that some extra curriculum activities. What I mean by that is that you are in the college. You might be a first year student, you might be a final year student, right? And you are already doing fantastic with your curriculum activities under your syllabus. I would like to give you some advices, just add few plugins to your activities, and that could help you to become much more successful in your career. We'll also talk about few of the recommended tools, right? We just cannot have talking and have no tools that could help us as a human, right? So I will also show you some tools, tips, processes that you could potentially leverage going forward. And then finally, we will wrap up the session with key learnings, overall summarizing the 75 to 80 minutes of our discussion. And I will leave you up to the next step because it's just a beginning, right? It's just a beginning for every one of us. So I will also talk about that. What is next? How can you really gain the potential knowledge going forward so that you have a continuous learning, right? And have your career progression. So I know that Shrikesh sir already mentioned to me that we have a mix of student because Priyadarshini has a lot of stream, aeronautical to mechanical to computer science to electronics. And I also see that faculty members are also have joined. So thank you so much for joining. This session, I tried to keep it as generic as possible, definitely centered towards student, but definitely also the person who is already in their professional journey can also take advantage out of it. And I will try to keep it generic as possible, not very specific to IT, only except the area wherein we have the IT career path that I would want to deep dive. And Shrikesh sir, if you have any comment, question, feedback, please feel free to interrupt me at any time.
Yes, sure. I will be, disturbing you if there are any questions in the chat box.
Yes, and I will also be taking a pause pretty much at every chapter's end for a few seconds to see that if there is any question, comments, or feedback.
Yes, it's absolutely fine.
Fantastic. So a very quick disclaimer. I know that we are not into the legal industry, but I just wanted to ensure that we are all on the same page. I am currently at Microsoft, and all the content that I'm sharing with you, the statements I'm making or the personal views, failures, learnings I'm sharing with you, it's just my personal view. Microsoft is not responsible for any claims or statement that I'm making. My only motto here with Priyadarshini College collaboration is to make every one of you as a student, to empower you and make ready for you for your future success. That's the simple motto of this session. So let's start with me. Shrikesh sir already gave a very precise introduction about me. But let me take a few minutes to really talk about and double clicking on that from my side. So my name is Sachin. I'm principal architect from Microsoft. If you have heard SAP word or if you have heard Azure word, I marry them together. I am the architect for SAP on Azure. I'm in the industry for about 18 years. So I did join Microsoft 16 years ago. So I do have several other experience that we will talk, but with Microsoft, I'm about for 16 years now. My family, as you could see in the picture, I have a lovely wife, a cute daughter, and a soccer loving son. So that's my family. beautiful family. We are living happily here in Seattle, Washington, US. From the education front, I did my bachelor's back in 97 to 2000 batch. I know that many of the students may not have born that time, so I can call you kiddos now, right? So I did my bachelor in computer science from St. Aloysius College in Jabalpur, from Rani Durgavati University. And then I had a really great opportunity to join GH Raisoni College, which is basically a neighbor institute of yours. And I was very fortunate that Shirke sir was teaching me, and I still remember a few of his teachings and subjects. So I did that from Nagpur University. So that was the time when I got into my professional world already. I had a job after my Raisoni College MCA completion. But then over time, learning is not like a one-time activity. It's a continuous process. It takes time. It takes effort. So I also enrolled myself to Harvard. So I completed the leadership principal course from Harvard Business School earlier this year. And it also gives me immense learning that from the different areas that one would want to learn. It's not only about always, you will realize it's not only about the technical knowledge always. Technical knowledge is certainly one thing because that is your bread and butter, no compromise there. But along with that, you need a lot of soft skills, and we will talk about that when we go into that section. And I thought I need also to improvise on that area. So that was the reason I took a side track from my office work and put some efforts on the Harvard side. And then I also realized that when I completed the Harvard course, I really liked it, but the challenge was that it was very short for me. So I said, okay, let me now go ahead and take the full-fledged course. And I enrolled myself to Illinois Institute of Technology, also known as IIT, not to be confused with IIT in India. This is a very famous institute, Illinois Institute of Technology, over 100 years of experience overall. And I enrolled myself to the MBA course there. And the course is progressing. So that's about from my education side of the house. Now let's talk about a little bit from the professional side. So when I completed my MCA, like any one of you who is probably in the final year of course, my motto was also that, hey, I need to get a job. I have a lot of aspiration, excitement, passion, and I wanted to land a job. And what happened is, so we were the second batch in Raisoni College for MCA, and our seniors, 4 of them, they came out from MCA and they opened the company called Synchronic. What this company would do is they will write down the library software, and I'm not sure which library softwares you use, but the potential possibilities is that you are using one of them from Synchronic, because they have multiple colleges across Nagpur and Vidarbha. And I was given the charge to write down the search engine for the books in the library. So I joined them, and once I had with them, I also joined Mahindra after 3 months of Synchronic. Now, how come I got the opportunity in Mahindra all of a sudden from Synchronic to Mahindra? And Mahindra is, by the way, the same farm equipment sector unit that is near to your college in the MIDC area, the tractor manufacturing company. So I was employed there. Now, how did I went to Mahindra? So in our curriculum, we also had this 6 month of industrial curriculum activity that we have to go to industry and do some learnings out of that industry. And I did my internship in Mahindra. And luckily, when I completed my MCA course, Mahindra asked me that, hey, we are doing the recruiting event. Are you interested in joining? And yep, I mean, I had no reason to say no to them, right? I was looking for the next better opportunity. So learning here is that you may also have some period in your curriculum wherein you are going to industry. It could be 1 month, it could be 6 months. I don't know what is it for the different stream of the student. But my advice to you there is that when you are going, don't think that it is just like one checkbox activity in my curriculum. I need to go complete my tenure and come back. No, try to build your first of all, try to do your best. And second thing is that along with doing your best, try to build some network as well. And why network is important, we will talk when we go into the separate section of the session. But that's like one very quick advice from my side on that. So once I completed, I was in Mahindra. I worked there for about 2 years, and then I had an opportunity to join IBM, and I worked with IBM for almost 8 months. And the tenure was short because I had another opportunity that time with Microsoft. So I left IBM in Bangalore and moved to Microsoft in Hyderabad. Worked there for about 5 years and then relocated to Seattle, US about 11 years ago. So that's my career journey from the company to organization perspective. But along with my journey and working in the company, I did some extra curriculum activities from my side too. So obviously I learned Microsoft Azure. If you don't know what is Microsoft Azure, it is the cloud, right? Cloud is very, very hot topic. It's not brand new. It's there for almost a decade now. But this is like one of the area that if you are, doesn't matter if you're in IT or any other area of your majors, this is definitely one of the area of focus that you would want to see from the learning side of the house. Then I also became, I was accumulating knowledge. It was not over time. It took me several years to really accumulate different areas of knowledge. And what happened is then I started delivering the external conferences. So it was like not only in US, but Europe, UK, India. I delivered many conferences to our fellow colleagues, and I'm still doing it. I also became a blogger. So if you want to, and again, I'm a technical blogger for now, but if you have any interest in the area of SAP or Microsoft or Azure, this is the blog that you could start to read. And then what happened is that the COVID hit last year, right? We all understand. And I realized that the lot of Mazdoor, the laborers that came from different areas to, especially to Nagpur, because my wife is from Nagpur, so I'm in very close touch with Nagpur and my in-laws, right? So I did talk to them, and I realized that there are a lot of people who got stuck in Nagpur, and the transportation was not there back to their home town. So I said, okay, how can I contribute? And this is where I wrote this book. This is a poetry book. Again, you might be surprised, a technical guy, poetry. Yeah, I am a big fan of Jagjit Singh. In your age, probably you are a fan of Arijit Singh, but I'm a big fan of Jagjit Singh. So I started writing poetries and published this book, and whatever money I got, I'm donating it to COVID fund so that we can help people. And very on the about me section, I am also a founder of Saarathy, Saarathy.org. And what is Saarathy? We will talk that towards the end of the section. All right, any question, comment before we go to the next chapter? I will take that as a no. Pace is okay?
Yes, everything is okay, Sachin.
Perfect. So I did talk
One question has came, why what you do in IBM?
Oh, okay. Very good. So I think before I answer that, I need to take one more step back in Mahindra. When you are in IT, we think that developer is a word, and I was one of them, right? You all do the coding and you say, oh, I'm going to IT, I'm just going to do coding, right? And I'm the king because I know coding. And that's true. But there are many areas when you go into IT that you make career with, and we will talk that career journey. But when I joined Mahindra, I joined as a developer. As a developer, I was like the VB developer that time, very famous .NET developer and Oracle developer. But during that time of my joining, the people who used to do the SAP administration and SAP work, they left to another company. And you will see that when you join organizations and come to the professional world, the world will keep on moving, right? You just can't join one organization, and many people keep on moving. So that's what exactly happened in Mahindra. My seniors left, and I was forced. I was said, hey, no, you have to now also look for SAP. And I was like, no, I am a developer. I am not going to do the administration work, right? But I had no choice. But trust me, that was I think the forced decision was made on my behalf. But I really love it because it's still 18 years. I'm still learning SAP. And if any of you go into the field of SAP, I can almost guarantee you that you talk to any SAP professionals, your blood will not be red. Your blood will become blue, and you will have a SAP drops coming out. That's what we joke about. So this is the area that you fall in love definitely after you start working on it. So that's how I joined Mahindra. And then after Mahindra, since I had SAP experience, SAP was very hot back in 2004, 2005. So I just applied for IBM. They had a humongous, and what used to happen that time, I'm not sure if it is still true, but the big cities like Pune, Mumbai, and Bangalore, every 5-star hotels you see Saturday and Sunday, there is going to be a big companies coming over. They had the huge hiring tour. Pretty much. So they will invite everyone. They will just take all 4 or 5 interviews, whatever they want. And on the spot, they will give you confirmation that, yes, you are hired or not. So that exactly happened. IBM Bangalore came to Mumbai. That time I was in Mahindra Mumbai, and I interviewed with them, and within the same day they offered me. So that's how I landed in IBM. But when I went to Microsoft, the story was different. I think I also took effort to find out job through various job websites. I have heard from many people that that website may not be helping because there are so many people inside in that, and it's very difficult for them to search in blah, blah, blah. But at least for me, Naukri.com was the reason for landing me to Microsoft. I just applied through Naukri.com in 2005, and I landed in Microsoft. All right, but this 18 years, definitely it's a journey, and it's a continued journey, but it's not easy for me, right? There are also a lot of challenges I faced. And one of the challenge was that I come from Hindi medium. So until 12th class tak, I did Hindi. And then when I joined to St. Aloysius College in Jabalpur, I was like, the course was, the medium of the course was Hindi, but still I had an opportunity with so many talented people who were talking English because it was a Hindi and English medium college. So I started to pick up, and I think that was the base for me. But then obviously when I joined MCA, there was no other choice for me to but write in English. So if अगर आप लोग भी किसी के मन में डर है कि अरे मैं तो हिंदी मीडियम से आ रहा हूँ, मैं कैसे करूंगा, तो don't be afraid. You will be fine. The industry will take you. Just keep on learning. In fact, my wife वो नागपुर से आती है. जब शादी हुई तो she used to speak Marathi, but I trained now her into Hindi, so we are speaking Hindi. So that blame you can put on me. The second challenge I had, like many of you may have right now, is where to start, right? I'm in the college, where exactly I do start. And what I did is I keep on searching. I never left. Sure, you can tell me that, Sachin, you were lucky, आपको आपके seniors ने ले लिया, but that's where the start, your courage, your passion, because उन्होंने देखा कि this guy is something that who is eager to work, eager to contribute. So I want you also to be think that hey, yes, you may have some hurdles in initially to find your best opportunity, but keep on trying on that one. The next challenge I had was about the corporate culture, right? You are into college, and then probably when you go into the corporate industry, and I'm not saying that you all will go into the corporate industry. You may have, some of you may have your own business. You may become entrepreneur or anything else you could do, right, based off your hobbies and interests. But when I joined corporate, I had few challenges. The very first challenge was that there are different age group people, right? And there are people who are pretty much 20 years senior than me, and I had to call them by name. And that was like a little bit of culture shock to me. In my culture, in our culture back, right, हम लोग respect के साथ बोलते हैं, sir, G, right? So that was like the initial challenge for me, but it took some time, and then now you get adjusted. So that was like the one simple example about the corp culture from my side. Now you might be thinking, oh, Sachin, you are already living in US, but let me tell you, I left my family in 1997. The whole reason was that I wanted to do something different, like for example, computer science back in 97, and we didn't have computer science college in my hometown, Chhindwara. तो मैं निकल गया, जबलपुर चला गया, पढ़ाई करी, थोड़ा सा स्ट्रगल हुआ फैमिली के साथ. मेरी फैमिली काफी बड़ी थी, इट्स ए जॉइंट फैमिली, अबाउट 24 मेंबर्स, 24 लोग एक साथ रह रहे हैं बड़े से वाड़े में, और 24 लोगों को छोड़ के अचानक आप चले गए, अकेले रह रहे हो जबलपुर में. So it was a challenge for me initially. Few of you may face homesickness, but eventually you will overcome it. I still miss Diwali is coming. I am going to miss Diwali with my parents, but that's kind of the trade-off I have to make. So that's another challenge now I'm taking. New culture, new climate, of course, when we moved. This is, by the way, the picture that you are showing it from my home. And this is from last winter, as you could see, heavy snow. New culture shock was for me, especially when I started driving. It's a right-hand side driving here versus back in India, we do left-hand side. So it was kind of mind mapping was required. Kedar se turn lena hai. So that was there. Definitely, we had few winters wherein we had with no power. In fact, last Sunday, we didn't have power for 16 hours because some huge storm hit. But that's kind of the part of the enjoyment as well. All right, so now we did talk a lot about me. Now let's talk about you, right? Transformation from student to a professional. And as I said, I am always calling myself also a student. So it's not only for student who are in the college taking syllabus, but this is something that anyone who has come out from college and still looking, I think this is also a transformation for them. So when you are changing your area, especially for the students like you who are coming out of the college, I think it's a big change for you. It's a very, very big change for you. And you are going to see a lot of transitions happening. You need to have the right mindset. You need to have the positive mindset to accept the transition. You will be sometime having the anxiety, nervousness. Arey, maise hoga kya? I'm a little bit shaking. I'm confused, which is okay because aap naya kaam karne ja rahe ho. That thing will be there. Only thing is that there should not be any depression. Anxiety is okay sometime, right? That we all face. Even though aap log jab exam dene jate ho, you have some anxiety even though you are fully prepared. So that kind of anxiety will be there when you take the next steps there. Very important. You are learning a lot already, but please be ready. Your learning journey is about to start. You are going to learn a lot. And the big difference is that you are not going to learn everything from the books or from the professors going forward. You are going to learn from the ecosystem, and that learning will be in the form of 70, 20, 10. Now, what is that magic number I'm talking about? Let's hold. We'll talk about that when we go into the next section. Here it is here, 70, 20, 10. When you go into the corporate world, there is a mantra. It's just a predefined model. I don't know who derived it, but the mantra is you learn 70% on the job. Like in your college, everything you learn in the college, 100% from the college, from your professor, from your syllabus, from your books, maybe from your colleague student, right? But here in corporate, 70% of your learnings are gonna be on the job. And then on the job, meaning you have some assignment, you do it. Maybe your first assignment takes a week, which is okay. Second assignment probably will take 3 days, and third assignment probably you are done in a day. So that's how you will improvise upon step by step. 20% you will learn from your colleagues. As I said, that when you are into the corporate world, you have people from all the way from 0 day in the job to all the way people who is retiring tomorrow, right? So you are going to get a tremendous opportunity to learn from your seniors, from your ecosystem, from your company and various people. And that's what we say, that 20% of the learning comes from them. Why I'm not saying more than 20%? Because they also have their day-to-day job, right? So they just can't help you on everything, but they are there to ensure your success. So they will mentor you, they will coach you for your future success. And then 10% of the learning would come from the training. Companies will send you for training and certification and courses, and they will also provide you a lot of in-house material from the company itself so that you can learn. And don't expect that always, as I said, that learning is only from the technical side, right? No, it could be also from the soft skill side, from your presentation skill side. That is also required. And then fasten your seatbelt, right? When you go in a plane, the very first thing you do is fasten your seatbelt. You want to do that. You want to get ready for yourself for whatever turbulence comes. Yes, I am ready. I know that I do have pilot who will land me successfully, and then pilot in this case could be your Saarathy, could be your coaches, could be your mentor, right? So make yourself ready. Failures. You are when you are doing such a tremendous journey, there might be some failures, and trust me, organizations accept the failures. There is no reason that they will not. They will encourage. The only mantra that has now become very famous is that fail fast, right? So if you are trying something new, you want to do innovation, we all are passionate, energetic, do new things, try new things, no one is stopping you, but try to do it quickly and fail fast so that you are not really, and then you are ready for next innovation. So that's the idea behind and fail fast. Stay focused. You are going to have different days between your job day or your entrepreneur day or whatever you do in future. Please stay focused. Focusing is very much important. You don't want to focus on one thing today, want to focus on second thing tomorrow and third thing day after. That way you will really lose your focus and you will not be able to put 100% of yours into that. Very important, your schedule is about to change. You have probably 9 to 5 schedule, going to college, reading, completing assignment, but here your schedule is about to change. You are into the corporate world, you will have assignments, you may have to travel, right? You may have new things to learn, you have seminars coming, a lot of different things are coming. So please be ready. And I want to warn you that if you are there was a situation for me at least when for several weeks I couldn't talk to my fellow friends who are in the college. But thanks to social media now, we are reunited again, and whenever we get the opportunity, we are able to talk. But this is something you should be ready for your change, and do your future planning. What I mean by that is, lot of time we think that मैं तो 22 साल का हूँ, retirement को बहुत time है, कर लूंगा बाद में, इसमें क्या दिक्कत है? But let me actually show you something, that how by taking a very small steps, you can really make a huge difference. Can you see my screen, which is showing you the Internet Explorer window?
Yes, it was visible.
It is still visible, right?
No, it is not visible now. For few seconds, it was visible.
Oops, I'm sorry about that. Let me retry sharing. Can you see it?
No.
Oh no, I don't know what's going on right now. Let me try once again. Otherwise, we will continue with this session again. And I will post that link.
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay, so the problem is that I have two monitors, probably that's why. Sorry about that. So I just wanted to show you this simple calculator, right? If you think that you could invest 1 lakh rupees, of course, don't worry about the dollar numbers. Just imagine that's in INR, right? And you say that, hey, I want to invest 1 lakh rupees every year. I'm just going to do that saving, and that's very less amount, and it's up to you that where you want to invest. But let's say that you invest and you get the cumulative interest or compound interest of 8%, and you are doing it for 30 years, right? You are today what, 22-year-old when you are coming out of college, right? And you wanna invest 1 लाख रुपए हर साल के शुरू में जाके कहीं पे इन्वेस्ट करना है. Now let's see. Surprisingly, जब आप ऐसा चालू करोगे, you will have some fatal error from the tool. I don't know why, but you are going to see approximately 1.3 crore rupees at the end of this 30 years of time. So that's what my advice would be to you, to really think and start investing. That's why I say that do your future planning, and it's just like one of the way of doing the future planning. All right, let me go back to my session. And can you see my session back? A PowerPoint presentation, sir?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's move on. The chapter number 3 now. Let's define the success for you. You guys have access to chat window. What would I want is close your eyes for 10 seconds and tell me that what is success looks like to you in next 5 years. Take your time, close your eyes, and tell me that where do you see, or what is the success definition for you in 5 years. And I would want you to then, of course, open your eyes and type in what did you see here. Even willing to type and say that what did you see? Because I can't type. I can't see that what you saw. Very good. I see Yugandhara said that I'm proud of you, my dear. His father is saying, and Ayush is saying that yes, parent satisfaction is the success for him. Very good. Thank you. For different people, the definition of success could be different. And the definition, if I go by the dictionary, it says that accomplishment of an aim or purpose, right? That's the definition in the dictionary. But now let me take you to the to the philosophical tour, that how does, in general, success looks to human, right? And then let's see that if you could correlate that with your success. So there's a very famous pyramid called Maslow's pyramid. So what happened is, in 1943, a very long time ago, of course, Abraham Maslow, he was the American philosopher. He wrote a theory of human motivation, and he thought, okay, what does motivation look like to human? And this is so fantastic pyramid that even in today's world, we could correlate it very well. And it has 5 stages, right? So let me take you to those 5 stages, and you see that where you are right now. And I would want your chat back, that where do you saw yourself, and let the chat coming while I'm talking itself. So I don't want to really wait for the end. So the very first, the base comes in the pyramid is called the psychological need. Roti kapda makan bolte hain na jisko. That is exactly the same thing. We human need air, water, food, proper sleep, achhe kapde, right? That's exactly we wanted. And imagine it was in 1943, Abraham Maslow's came. What I did is I just did a minor correction from myself, and I said that, look, abhi sabko internet chahiye. So ye sabki basic need hai. So I just added internet there. Once you have the psychological need accomplished, आपका next stage आता है कि अभी मुझे भैया सेफ्टी चाहिए, राइट? मुझे पर्सनल सिक्योरिटी चाहिए. पर्सनल सिक्योरिटी का ये मतलब नहीं कि आपने एक सिक्योरिटी गार्ड लगा दिया सामने. पर्सनल सिक्योरिटी का मतलब है कि मेरे को अपने लाइफ के लिए सिक्योरिटी चाहिए. क्या मैं फाइनेंशियली सिक्योर्ड हूँ? मेरी फैमिली के लिए क्या मैंने इनफ कर लिया है, राइट? मेरे पास एम्प्लॉयमेंट है क्या? मेरे पास प्रॉपर रिसोर्सेज हैं क्या? And resources could be your luxurious resources, for example, car, mobile, and whatnot. Am I getting really proper health? Do I have a property? So that's like my safety need कि मेरा life secure रहे. Third step comes is about love and belonging. That's where we all look for friendship, right? We do marry, we have our family, we have our kids, we have our sense of connections. We feel like, yes, we are really connected in the world with each other, right? So आपको सबसे पहले psychological need आई, फिर आपने आपको secure किया, अभी आपको लगा कि नहीं मुझे love चाहिए community से and human से. After that, once you have accomplished this, you would now want esteem. आपको respect चाहिए, आपको status चाहिए. मेरा designation is vice president of blah blah blah. You need freedom. I want to do everything on my own. I don't want any restrictions. I need esteem. And then finally, you are into the self-actualization state, wherein now, in my opinion, you think that, hey, I have done enough for myself. My psychological need, my safety, my love, my respect, my status, my designation, I want to give back to community. And that's what the self-actualization, at least to me, in the word. So if you recall the kind of the book that I wrote, or the additional work that Nilesh Shirke sir is doing for the student community, I would probably categorize them into the self-actualization. And I want to see from you all that where do you think that you are on that stage right now. And I don't want to hold this conversation because we have limited time, but I would love to see your chats coming in to see that which stage you are right now. All right, so let's move on to chapter number 4. So we did discuss about success. We learned that success is different for different people. We saw the definition, and we also saw that how does the success changes over time. Now, to achieve success, you definitely need to have defined goals, right? Without defined goals, you are pretty much running to the dark. So what it means is that obviously ये कुछ बताने का जरूरत नहीं है. अगर आपको goals accomplish करने हैं, then you need to plan two things. One is your short-term goal. What is your long-term goals? Short terms, in my opinion, is about somewhere from 1 to 3 months, and long term is somewhere about 1 year to 3 years. 1 से 3 साल. आप कॉलेज में हो, अभी भी अपना स्टडी शेड्यूल बनाते हो. सवेरे 4 बजे उठूंगा, आधा घंटा मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ूंगा, 1 घंटा इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ूंगा, 2 घंटे टीवी देखूंगा, 4 घंटे आर्टिकल पढ़ूंगा, कॉलेज जाऊंगा. आप एक काइंड ऑफ टाइम टेबल बनाते हो अपने लिए. दैट्स एग्जैक्टली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कि अपने गोल्स बनाओ. And the goals, of course, will talk that what the goal looks like and what should you include in that goals. And it's okay. अभी आपको जितनी visibility है उस हिसाब से आपने में current goal बनाए, but कल चल के आपके goals change हो सकते हैं. आपको लगता है कि नहीं, अभी मेरे को डॉक्टर बनना है, right? So maybe after a while you say no, I think I want to go and completely decide myself. Or probably I gave a very big example without changing your industry itself, but you can think that, oh, now instead of becoming the computer engineer, probably I want to learn electronics and want to do that. So your goals may change over time, which is okay, as long as you are satisfied and you know that what you are doing, it's perfectly fine. You also need periodic review. ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार एक टाइम टेबल बना दिया, दीवार पर चिपका दिया and yes, मेरा तो गोल बन गया, right? ऐसा काम नहीं चलेगा. You need to see that, you need to review it. आप डिसाइड करो कि आपको हर हफ्ते में रिव्यू करना है, हर महीने में रिव्यू करना है, मैं आपके ऊपर छोड़ता हूँ. बट यू नीड दैट पीरियोडिक रिव्यू ऑफ योर गोल्स एंड एडजस्टमेंट एंड टेक एक्शंस. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली नाउ, हमने बहुत सारी बातें करी कि गोल बनाने, बट गोल है क्या और कैसे मैं गोल्स को डिफाइन कर सकता हूँ, गोल में क्या वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट्स आने चाहिए. तो यू ऑल आर स्मार्ट स्टूडेंट, तो आपके गोल भी स्मार्ट होने चाहिए, isn't it? So what does the SMART means? There's a framework called SMART: S specific, M measurable, A achievable, R relevant, and T time bound. You need to have very specific goal. You just can't be generalized. You should be able to measure कि अगर ये मेरा goal, मैं जा रहा हूँ, progress कर रहा हूँ या नहीं कर रहा हूँ, कि बस मैंने define करके रख दिया and goal मेरा पड़ा हुआ है कहीं पे, क्या वो मैं गोल को अचीव कर पा रहा हूँ अभी मेरे डिफाइंड टाइमलाइंस में. एवरी गोल इज अचीवेबल, डोंट गेट मी रॉन्ग, बट इन द डिफाइंड टाइमलाइंस आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, कैन आई अचीव इट with the resources that I do have, or do I need to have any additional resources? Is it relevant to me? मैं अपने related career से related बात कर रहा हूँ या कुछ भी हवा में कुछ different बातें कर रहा हूँ, right? So it needs to be relevant as well. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली आपको कुछ टाइमलाइन डिफाइन करने की, ये गोल मैं 1 महीने में करने वाला हूँ, 3 महीने में करने वाला हूँ, एंड यू नीड टू सीरियसली पुट योर एफर्ट्स टुवर्ड्स इट. सो लेट मी गिव यू one simple template. Yeah, so before I go to the template, very quickly, as you see in this meme, you just can't have the goal. Hey, did you come up with your New Year's resolution? Yeah, I'm losing weight. Well, wait, how much? I don't know. What was your last year's resolution? Lose weight, right? So, so just for the laugh, but this is not something we would want to translate into our goals. This is something that you would translate into your goals. The template that I picked up from internet, from Template Lab. यहाँ पे आप देखो, it is very clearly defined. This is a student, इसका नाम जॉन स्मिथ है, and वो अपने गोल बना रहा है. वो बोल रहा है कि I want to work at this small entrepreneur technical company. So आप देखो very clearly इसने 2-3 चीजें बोली इसमें. First of all, वो बोल रहा है मेरे को काम करना है, I want to work. I'm not saying कि I'm going to start my own company. वो बोल रहा है छोटी कंपनी में काम करना है शुरुआत में, उसका कुछ खुद का रीजन हो सकता है, और वो वेरी स्पेसिफिक है कि मेरे को टेक कंपनी में काम करना है. एंड ही इज ऑल्सो वेरी क्लियर कि यार मेरे को कैलिफोर्निया में ही काम करना है अभी फिलहाल में, राइट? सो दैट्स वेरी स्पेसिफिक गोल्स. He's also taking, I want to take 3 interviews next month. That's how I'm going to measure my success. I'm going to apply. I need to at least attempt 3 interviews. How I'm going to attain that? At least I need to land a job 2 to 3 months from now. And then how I'm going to keep the information relevant? I want to attend major IT conferences, learn about innovation and other stuff. In fact, if I have to talk to John, I will actually challenge him to really refine this one as well. He's just saying to attend a major IT conference. I would have said that, hey, join this particular conference. Is it a ASUG conference or Microsoft Ready conference or Google, whatever you want to call out. That conference, if you call out very specifically, that would be much more better, but not bad to start with. And then time bound. This is what he's saying, that I'm going to do it in 2 to 3 months. So this is one template. The second template is this one, wherein again the same thing, but see the comparison. You can also say that my goal is that I want to work at a good company. Good, okay, but can I make it a little better? Yeah, I want to work at a small company in California, right? So I'm just not gonna drill out everything. If you want, I can share the templates with you. I think you are also gonna have the recording of the session. So you can take a look, but my point is, if you are really making your goals, put some serious effort, time, take the help from coaches, professors, whosoever can help you to make your goals properly defined. Because what could happen is that sometimes you even may not have the whole clarity or visibility. And it's very difficult for me to right now say, ki, boys, girls, go ahead and do it. At this time, because jab main 18 saal se ho gaya, but if I put myself into your shoes, I may not have a lot of clarity. So that's where seek help. There's nothing wrong in that, but ensure that your goals are smart. All good so far? Now I'm switching the chapter. All right, so let's move to the next chapter. We talked about success, we talked about goals. Now we are talking about your career, not my career, your career. So how do you define your career? That is, I think, the most important activity. You need to define your career, that, hey, what do I want to do, how do I say that, okay, this is going to be my career. For example, for me, the career was to become an enterprise architect, help my customers, be in the technical area. Sure, all good. I achieved it. But if you ask me, in last 2 years now, I am switching my career, and that's where you see a lot of the MBA courses and leadership courses I do. I want to now go from a tech guy to more of a executive ladder guy. So now I'm in the process of defining my career. So you define your career, that what you want, and it's absolutely fine. Whatever visibility you have, you define career based on that, and define and change it on a later time. Choosing your first job is very, very important. I think up to a certain extent, it will also determine that what is going to be your career journey. Again, I'm not saying that you cannot change it at a later time, but let's say that if you are a programmer and you want you're very passionate about programming, you want to do the career in programming, you would want to better get the job which is related to program rather than the administration or the database management, right? And if you develop that database management interest at a later time, you can always change that. Do your passion lies, because someone said that when you choose a job you love, you will never have to work a day in your life. And that's where the passion comes into picture. Keep learning first over money. I don't need to deep dive on that topic. That's self-explanatory. Again, motivation and inspiration for individual could be different, but my learning says that learn first, and then probably think about the money. Money will follow you one way or another. And then seek support and guidance from your mentors, coaches. Again, I'm emphasizing again, because when I was in college, I didn't know the concept of mentor. I didn't know the concept of coaches. My best mentors were my professors, students, and my colleagues. But I now know that there are external mentors and coaches available too. And now I want to deep dive a little bit into career in IT, but the people who are not from the IT background, for example, aeronautical or mechanical, don't get disappointed. This is something you can also correlate, and this is how you can correlate. Uh, I'm reading an article which says that the digital transformation.
One question we already come across, Sachin, that the person is in the chat box, that the person is from electrical engineering and she is scared regarding IT skills.
What's that, sir? Sorry, how SAP ERP software integrated with SAP? Is that the one?
No. Pratham Sonkusre has asked us. But I mean, perhaps he is scared regarding. He is an electrical engineering guy and he is scared of IT skills.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing that chat here. Probably you are seeing. But
At
yeah,
seven,
let me address that.
okay.
Pratham, first of all, I am so sorry if I scared you. That was not my intention. You have a career in every area, irrespective whether you are an IT guy or you're not an IT guy. So don't worry about it. But if you are thinking that, hey, I'm an electrical engineer, but I want to do something with IT, yes, you can still marry them together, because lot of technologies now heavily relying on the information technology or on the digital transformation, be it a manufacturing industry, electrical industry. In fact, let me give a very very specific example from medical industry side. I wanted to be a doctor sometime. I hope I was a doctor, and then I'm talking this lecture with Lata Mangeshkar. But I just talked to one of my friend who is working on the medical industry, and his medical industry, they make like the pacemaker kind of devices. And what he told me is that, Sachin, my company is saying that I don't want to just be a medical industry alone. I want to be tech medical industry. And the reasoning behind that is they want to transform themselves into an IT industry or IT kind of environment, because it gives you, number one, a cost efficiency. You can do a lot of things with a lot of accuracy and predictions. So yes, things are getting merged together, but your domain knowledge is very important. You just can't have the IT working on its own. You need the people like Pratham, who are going to give and empower IT with your electrical knowledge. So your domain knowledge is always respected over the technology. Okay. And I also see a second question, how SAP ERP software is integrated with Azure. So you are asking me a question that I am doing every day. So Azure is a Microsoft cloud, and we all know that all the customers wants to move and leave their own on-premises data center and want to migrate to Azure. SAP is one of the leading software, obviously, that gives you ERP capabilities. For SAP to run, SAP is an application, a business application. For it to run, you need infrastructure, you need compute, your virtual machines, you need storage, you need network, and that's what we at Microsoft provide to SAP customers. So that's they can now run their SAP software in Azure. So this is a whole topic on its own, and I can talk all day because that's what I am doing. But that's like one use case to simplify the case here. You can always talk about the PaaS, platform as a service integration with SAP. You can always talk about the SaaS, software as a service integration for SAP. You can always talk about the extend and innovate. You can talk about modernization. So if you are interested about it, we can certainly talk at a later time, and I will tell you that how can we connect together on that. All right. So now career in IT. It's again correlated meme that we were talking about to Bhagesh's question. According to the planet, Earth was once populated by humans, but then in 2012 they all moved to cloud. But anyway, jokes apart, let me show you the career journey in IT. If you are, this is the fantastic tool I found on Microsoft site. It says that discover your path, and it helps you browsing your career path. And let me see that if I could share my screen again. Hopefully, yes, this time. Let me know. Are you guys able to see my Internet Explorer window?
Not Internet Explorer. You perhaps have made a full screen. If you exit full screen, probably you will be able to see the Internet Explorer.
Yeah, let me try once again, and let me know if you see. You see something?
Yes, it is visible now.
Internet Explorer?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So that was the screenshot I was showing you on the presentation, and I will share the link with you as well on the chat window. You can go to your customize my path, and again, fasten your seat belt. You are going to be blown away by seeing the path available within the IT itself. If you are thinking that, hey, there is only a developer option, then better look at this. These could be your career path. Administrator, database administrator, school leader, parent, AI, auditor, right? And the beauty is that, let's say that you are a developer. I'm just going to choose, for example, this one. What roles are you interested in? So you choose this one, and then you click on next. You say, hey, am I a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced? Let me choose beginner for a minute. Or maybe you can choose, I'm not sure yet, and it will ask you further questions. But let's say that you chose beginner, and say, again, I know that you are a developer, you are a beginner, but which product are you interested in? Let me say .NET, for example, or Azure, you decide. And then it says, yeah, we have created some recommendation for learning path. And then you sign in. Sign in is absolutely free. So you can sign in and then browse your recommendation that Microsoft provide you for your career, or for your learning. I shouldn't say career, for your learning as a developer when you are in the beginning stage of your career cycle. All right, going back to the deck. Are we back on the deck, sir?
Yes, we are back on the desk.
Awesome. So that's how you can discover your path. This is just like one example. There may be several other tools available, but that was the easiest for me to find. So I just want to share with you. Moving on to.
It was awesome tool.
Thank you. And it's free. You just need to get the sign on, and all your student, I would want you, even if you are not the IT, you just get the glimpse. Even I would want to go to Pratham's question. Hey, I am an electrical engineer, right? And how does I can take advantage of IT even though I'm not in IT? Let me tell you one thing, Pratham. Let's say that you are a electrical engineer working on the top-notch electrical company of India, or the power sector of India. And you would want to see that where is exactly my power consumption is going, so that probably I can determine to find out the location of the next power plant. You can take the advantage of IT, of analytics and data, and maybe machine learning to really figure out that information for you. And then you become pro. That, hey, boss, I see that this particular area is I'm consuming a lot of energy, but I don't have a plant, so I need to have a lot of transportation of energy that is costing me $2 billion, for example. I'm just making some numbers. And then you become pro. So now you see that how your domain knowledge and IT knowledge coming together and helping you to become successful.
Same question has repeated. Mechanical engineer can do job as IT engineer in product-based company. Yes, he wants to say, if he wants to work in product-based IT company, how to join it?
Yes.
A question from mechanical guy.
Yes, absolutely. So IT is not the property of people who has done the computer science and information technology. Let me be honest. Anyone who is passionate about any area, I'm passionate about in the medical science. So anytime I go to dentist, my dentist is always crazy because I'm asking so many questions. I'm always curious. So there is no reason that why you can't come in. I give you two examples. One is a mechanical guy. He was also part with me in Mahindra, and then mostly he joined Mahindra because he had the mechanical background, but then he joined IT because that was his passion area. And then he is now the top-notch security, IT security guy in Bangalore, right? So you see that mechanical to IT to security, all three separate complicated domains. So yes, you if you have a passion, you have the interest, you can always transform your career. I give you the second example. The boss of my previous team, he comes from the commerce background. Now, where is the link of the commerce background and IT? You guys are at least talking about the engineering background, right? But he has become more successful in the IT because he was determined, he was passionate. So bottom line is, yes, your passion, wherever your passion lies, you can make career there. There is no boundaries that, and let not our curriculum define my boundaries. Let me be free flying. Whatever I like, I want to do it as long as I think that I'm doing right thing. All right. So now let's talk about the extracurriculum activities. We did talk about success for you. We did talk about how to define the goals for you. We did see what are the different careers, and we also deep dive into a career in IT. Now, in the next chapter, in this chapter, I want to talk about your curriculum activities. What exactly you could do in your college days already that might help you to give extra mileage. The very first thing, no brainer. This is your bread and butter. You are going to do and learn the syllabus well. Do your best, whatever best you could do in your college, in your exams and whatnot. Learn the topic well, right? That you all are doing phenomenally good. So no talk on that. Second, very important thing. It took me a while to really understand why with how, and I want to see that the chat coming in, that if you are a how guy or you are a why guy, you have to be honest, right? You don't manipulate yourself. But when I explain, let your thoughts coming in as well on the chat window. Now, what I mean by why and how, I was a how guy originally when I came out of the college. You give me a task and I will do it very precisely, before time, extra quality, everything. But then I moved here and I had a colleague in my previous team, and every time we will work on some project or we are into some discussion about the new thing, he would ask why. Again, he would ask why, and not me, but many of us got, at least I got irritated originally, that why do we need to ask why every time? And but eventually I learned from him, and I really admire him because he taught me why is important. And I tell you, when you ask why, no matter what, you are going to do how well. There's no question about it. But when you marry why with how, it helps you to generate a lot of curiosity internal to your mind. And then you start to think all of a sudden a big picture, right? If I'm just ask you, if I just give you a quick specification that, oh, go ahead and write down the sorting algorithm for 1 to 10 numbers, you will do it. But it would be great if you think and ask that, why are you asking me to write down this algorithm? Where are we going to use it? And then probably I can tell you, I am going to use this for this particular program. Then probably your second question would come, why are we running this program, right? Because this is what my company is looking. So you understand why you are really, by asking why, you are really scratching the surface and really learning a lot. But again, be gentle. You just can't ask why just directly. Be a little political. That probably the one way of asking is, I'm curious about understanding why we are doing this, something like that, right? So that's my one of the most important learning, I would say, in my career. Then I transformed myself from how to a why guy. All right. If you are in college, already you want to focus on your communication and presentation skills. You are probably gonna join multinational company. And of course, if you are thinking about doing a job, or even if you are becoming the entrepreneur, you may have some international clients. And that's where your communication skill matters. So try to improve upon the best idea. Someone told me sometime when I was a Hindi medium student is that the best way for you is to do two things. One is that start to watch English news and start to read English newspaper. Okay. Originally, I could not understand. And honestly speaking, today also I cannot understand a lot of things, and I have to look for dictionary or online searches what that particular phrase or word means. But that's okay. Over time, you will realize that you are accumulating that knowledge. So that's very important. Presentation skills are another thing that you need to learn. You will learn over time. It's not the overnight thing. You will learn it, but I would challenge you at this time to really think about that. How do you do the presentation skills? One way of doing is just form your group, right, for few students. And I would also encourage that when you are forming a group, try to bring people from different background. One maybe from aeronautical, one from mechanical, one from IT, one from computer science. Form a group, and maybe in the evening, challenge everyone to bring one topic a day. And if one topic a day is too much for you, maybe a week, you determine based out of your curriculum schedule. But let everyone come prepared, present it, and you ask question, and that's how you will start to improve your presentation skill eventually. If you are really looking also in the area of in the technical area, but again, I'm taking the example of Pratham or Bhagesh, who asked for the electrical side of the house or the mechanical side of the house. I'm pretty sure there are certifications available in those domain areas as well. You just need to discover it. I am sorry, I did not study that area, so I don't know, but I'm just trying to give the example. Don't think that there's only certification available for technical area. There's always certifications available for your domain area as well. So to think about it, the technical certification, if you are really thinking that I want to be a developer, there is a certification options available. And actually, if I could again switch my screen and share the certification path with you guys. Give me a second. Yeah, so can you guys now see my IE window that says Microsoft certification?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, awesome. So this is another link that gives you the consolidated list of the certification. It's based out of your interest. So if you want to be a AI, artificial intelligence engineer, or you want to be just the Azure fundamental guy, or you want to look for Microsoft 365 engineering, there are role-based certification exams available for you. You can drill it down, and the good part is that it also gives you the free study material if you want to take that path. If you are a student, imagine you are a student, you are a fresher, you are going for a job, and you know already you are able to talk a lot of things about this, which is your passion area as well, by the way, right? It's very easy for you to impress your interviewers. Now, let me go back to the session again. Can you guys see again the PowerPoint deck?
Yes.
And I will share that link with you as well. All right, get your coach's mentor. We talked a lot about it. Build your network. if you are a networking guy, I'm not talking about the computer cable network, cat network, but the concept is same. You need to start building the human network of people who could be, either you could be helpful for them, or they could be helpful for you, right? I know that there are the social medias and different media, people have thousands of followers. We want to be careful when we talk about the network. Whatever you are doing, do it, but I'm talking from the professional side of the house. When you are building the network, one of the coach, she taught me this. In your network, you could have thousands of people, even in the professional network. And there is no way that, and my question was that, hey, how do I keep on connecting with that networking people? Otherwise, I'm going out of touch with them. And what she told me is that, hey, Sachin, you need to differentiate your network. And network could be differentiated in 3 tiers. The tier 1 is the people who are directly influencing. And by the way, this question was from the career enhancement perspective. So then she said that tier 1 are the people who are directly influencing your career, who are contributing to your success. Those are the people you definitely want to ensure that you are meeting and touching, doing the touch base with them at least once in 3 months. Then the tier 2 people who are like, yes, they could be some add-on, but not necessarily directly impacted. Those are the people who you would want to touch base sometime in 3 to 6 months or 3 to 9 months of time. You don't want to lose that connection. But then there are people in your network who might come and help you in future, right? For example, if my career path from 10 years from down the line is to become the CEO of a company, I would want to build a network with CEOs so that over time I can learn. But when the time comes when I'm ready, I can directly pull them from tier 3 to tier 1 network and start to gain knowledge and start to take help from them. So building your network is very, very, very important. Seek your role model, because that will give you the opportunity to see that how your role model behave, how does role model talk, how does the role model has reached out to that stage. So if you have any role model, you certainly wanna see. I'm not saying that you need to mimic it. You don't want to mimic. That's one thing that we will talk in the last chapter here, that be authentic. So I'm saying that seek role model, but don't try to just copy paste role model. Be a team building or be a team player. Do the team building activities that you anyway do in your college when you do the group studies, group assignments, collaborating with each other. That's exactly experience you will also take it to the corporate world as well. You definitely need to be a team player. As you know that there is a saying, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And that's really resonate very well with the team building activities. So go together and grow together. And of course, take care of your health. This is very important, very, very important. Many times when we are in our early stages of career, we say, oh, I'm young, no problem, nothing is gonna happen. But eventually, at a later time, when we realize that what kind of blunder we have done. Let me give you one simple example that one of the guest speaker came to my MBA class last week, and she told me this shocking example. She said that sharpshooters. She said that there was a study done, and there were a group of sharpshooters who took 8 hours of sleep, and they were experimented for sharpshooting. They did 93% accurate. Then the second group, they put into the sleep only for 7 hours, only 1 hour less, and they came down by 20 points. So from 93 to now 73. And there was a third group that just took 6 hours of sleep. They came down 35 points further. So sleep is also very important. That contributes directly to your health. I know that you have a lot of things in your college already and a lot of things to accomplish in future, but please take this advice seriously. Take care of your health. Everything else you can get back, not your health. All right, and prepare your resume, right? This is probably the first thing you will do when you are looking for a job, right? Be it in any other industry. So let me share you one simple tool that you could use to build your resume. And I'm going to switch screen to a Word document. Can you guys see my screen? Word document?
It was just visible, but now it is not.
Okay, so let me try again, sir. All right. Is it good now? Is it
No.
visible? All right, no problem. Is it visible now?
No.
All right, so.
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay, awesome. So this is just Microsoft Word, nothing fancy. And if you go to the new, and if you click on the template, you will find a lot of templates already built for you. Let me just simply do resume. And you see, lot of different templates came already for you. You can just pick one of them, right? Click create, and it will build the resume template for you. Just fill in your education, name, experience, and other information, and your first resume is already ready. All right, so that's kind of the one simple tool to build your resume. There are of course professionals available in the market to build your resume, but at least you can start with the first one. Now I'm back to the PowerPoint deck. Can you guys see it again? Nilesh sir, are you seeing my PowerPoint?
No, it is not visible now.
Okay, so let me, oh my God, I don't know. Let me try it once again. I'm so sorry. Can you see it now?
No.
Oh my God, I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to do that experience at this age. All right, let me try one final time.
You want to show something, no? Screen is there.
No, I did show that. Now I'm back to PowerPoint. Can you see
Okay,
my
PowerPoint is visible. PowerPoint is visible. Sorry for that. I regret for it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was just I just wanted to show you the tool for resume, the Word tool. It's all right. So now let's move on. I think we have 7 or 8 minutes left. I just also want to give you some tools. We did talk about a lot of content, but without tools, I think it's very difficult for us to be in touch. And this is like the very limited. I'm pretty sure several other tools are available. The very first tool that I would want to emphasize is this particular website. By the way, I have no association with any of these tools or anything, or no preferences one over another. This is something that I use, and I just wanted to share with you guys. So the very first tool is the ZDNet. It's a website. You can open your mobile phone. I think they have app as well. What this does is that it does talk about all the latest, greatest innovations happening in the area of technologies. Again, not only for the IT guys, but if you are, for example, as a mechanical engineer, it will also tell you that how this particular mechanical company, for example, is using artificial intelligence to improvise the production from X to Y, right? So that kind of very latest and greatest details you will find out in this website. Highly encourage. At least once a day, I just go skim through and see that if there is any information which is relevant to my area, and I take a look on that one. Second thing is LinkedIn. It is a professional network. I highly encourage you all to go ahead and create your account. Again, it's free. If you want to go for the premium, there's a premium, but even I'm using the standard one. So you can use standard one. It's completely free, and start to build out your network, right? And see that once you are into the LinkedIn, you will see that a lot of people are talking about their posts, their learnings, their experiences, their blogging. how the industries are doing. You can follow your industry and get the latest and greatest, right? So that's another way of building the network, plus also getting the information at your fingertip. Lead code, I haven't used it personally, but a lot of developers talk about lead code. So if you are a guy who wants to really do the career in lead code, career in development, I think this could be a great tool for you. Okay. All right. The next tool is about Microsoft Office 365. I'm pretty sure every one of you are already using it. And why I say that this is the important tool for you. Either, so let's say that you are the guy who's going into the corporate world, and the corporate world, you have an assignment. Many companies use the different practices, but the good chances are that they will give you a specification, right? The specification is nothing but that what needs to be done, why, and sometimes how also. And that specification is gonna be mostly in Word. And say, hey, what is so fancy? There are few features like your indentation or your comments that they say that, hey, I'm working with Nilesh sir, and Nilesh sir is my supervisor. He sent me that, hey, you just go ahead and complete this code. I did it, but that I need to respond back to Nilesh sir. I'm just gonna add the comment saying that, hey, this was an error in this, so I just addressed it like this, for example, right? So that kind of the features that you want to get ready. Second thing is about Microsoft PowerPoint as well. Definitely learn few tools, animations, and creating PowerPoint and whatnot if you're not already familiar, because this is something that you would be using day in, day out when you are again on your job. You're going into the meeting, and by the way, please be ready for a lot of meetings when you are into the corporate world. And a lot of meetings you have to do presentations. That's where your great presentation skill comes, and PowerPoint will help you to present your story successfully. And then I was sharing this session deck with one of my colleagues, and he suggested me this book, Cracking the Coding Interview. Again, I haven't used it, I haven't read it, but he told me this is like the most effective book that a lot of developers use if they are looking to crack the coding interview. It has some 189 programming questions with the solutions. So very high level, very complex problems, but this is something that that you would want to consider. Just check in your library. Maybe you can find it there, right? Again, I haven't used it. My friend gave me suggestions and I wanted to share with you guys back. So what's next? I invite you all. So what we have done is we have founded a company called Saarathy. What it does is that it basically brings the professionals all over the world, the successful professionals all over the world, not from IT, from all the area, all from education to medicine to mechanical to IT to just name it. And what we are planning to do is every Saturday morning Pacific, that would be India time evening, we are going to invite some very successful guy from the industry and have a 20-minute of interview. That's to talk about very basic, how their career progression is, what are the learning tips and tricks. If you are interested, I invite you all to join this LinkedIn group. This is the group where we will be posting the information about the upcoming sessions. All right. And again, if you click on this link directly, probably it's not gonna do anything unless and until you do the account creation. So you can go ahead and set up your account. It is completely free, and I'm just going to post all the information into the chat window. All right. The second thing. So this is the forum where we are going to post information about the upcoming sessions. Okay. The second thing is, if you really want to understand, is there a question? Okay. So if you really want to curious that what Saarathy does, and even I would invite all the faculty members of Priyadarshini here that, hey, this is the platform where I want to contribute to others' success. You are welcome. We would love to onboard you. We would love to have sessions scheduled with you as well. So you can explore that at sarathi.org. And third one is that I also invite you to go to this YouTube channel. There are very 4 technical videos available right now that may or may not be interest for every domain expert. But the idea is that you are going to have at least one video from the expert every week. So go ahead and subscribe it so that you know that you have the videos available for you. So that's the kind of the action item I would request from you all. Finally, we are 1 minute overdue, so I will just quickly wrap it up. Develop the trust. I think we talked about having the role model, but also developing the trust in the organization is really very, very important. Everything runs on trust. So when you are you have developed the trust with your professor, you have developed the trust with your parents, you are going to develop the trust with your spouses, develop the trust with your colleagues, and that makes a lot of difference. Be authentic. As I said that, yes, it's good to have your mentor, it's good to have your role model, but you are very special. You are very unique. So be authentic, and trust me, your authenticity will take you wherever you want to go. Have a growth mindset. What I mean by growth mindset is that always think about learning. Keep aside your ego. And when you are working on a solution, think that the solution you are doing is best for your team, best for your organization, best for industry, best for human. Just don't think that if my solution is not considered, that means it's not good. So have that growth mindset of working collaboratively together with a lot of learnings, and stay focused and be passionate. So I think that's what I had to share with you guys. I'm so sorry that I am 3 minutes overdue, but I'm happy to stay further to take your question, comments, feedbacks. Over to you, Nilesh sir.
Yes, before proceeding